Welcome back to the channel. Something shocking just happening. For the first time, American president has openly declared that Nigeria is now a country of particular concern. Donald Trump said Christians are being slaughtered in Nigeria. That is now a Christian genocide. And he didn't stop there. He accused radical Islamists of doing it and warned that the United States will not stand by while the killing continue. Let that sink in. A foreign leader thousands of miles away has just said what our own government refused to say. Trump is speaking up for Nigeria Christians while our own leaders keep quiet. But here's the big question. Why did Trump suddenly speak up? What does it mean for Bola Ahmed Tinubu government? And could this new US declaration bring international sanctions on Nigeria? Stay with me till the end of this video because I will explain everything, including how this could change the image of Nigeria. And the part near the end will shock you. Before we begin, please hit that like button so YouTube can show this video to more people. Comment below what you think about Trump's statement, and if you are watching for the first time, subscribe and turn on your notification because this channel tells you the truth the mainstream media won't say. Now let's break it down. Trump saw what Tinubu refused to see. Trump said it clearly. Christianity is facing an essential threat in Nigeria. Thousands of Christians are being killed. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughter. Those are not small words. He used the word slaughter, and he is right. For years, people have been crying out about the killings in Benue, Plateau, Southern Kaduna, and parts of the southeast. Churches burned, pastor kidnapped, village destroyed, but the government keep calling them farmers and herders clashes. Is it really a clash when one side is always the victim? Trump saw what our leaders pretend not to see, that Christians are being hunted down and the killers are protected by a system that refuses to call them by name. What country of particular concern really means? When the United States label a country of particular concern, it is not a joke. It means the US believes that government is violating freedom of religion or allowing genocide to happen. It is the same label they gave to countries like Iran and North Korea. Once that label comes, it opens the door for sanctions, visa bans, and armed suspensions. So yes, this is a direct warning to the Tinubu government. Stop pretending, stop protecting those killing Christians. For years, Nigeria begged to be seen as a democratic nation. Now, America has officially called it out for religious persecution. That is a big international embarrassment. Trump's statement is a global wake-up call. Why did Trump say it now? Because the killings have gotten worse. Reports from international groups like Open Doors say over 7,000 Christians were killed in Nigeria in 2025 alone. That is more than any other country in the world. Even the American Congressman Murray wrote a letter to the US Secretary of State demanding that Nigeria's government be punished for failing to stop the killings. He said Nigeria has become the worst place in the world to be a Christian. If people outside Nigeria can see this clearly, then what is wrong with our own leaders? Tinubu's silence is louder than words. Since Trump's declaration, the Nigerian government has said nothing. No statement from Aso Rock, no press conference from the Minister of Information. Silence, but that silence speaks volume. It shows fear, and it shows that Abuja knows the truth but won't admit it. Why? Because many of the killings are linked to Fulani armed groups who claim to be fighting for land or religion, and those groups enjoy deep protection inside the system. So instead of facing the truth, they keep blaming unknown gunmen. The Fulani connection exposed. Let's be honest, every time you hear about attack in Benue, Southern Kaduna or Plateau, it is the same pattern. Fulani militants move in, kill villagers, burn homes, and leave. Then the government sends soldiers after the victims instead of the killers. That is why Trump's words are so powerful. He said the killers are radical Islamists. That is the phrase the Nigerian government avoids for years. The truth has been buried, but now the world is finally listening. Why Trump's declaration hits hard? Trump didn't just tweet for sympathy. He said he asked Congressman Murray and Chairman Tom Cole to begin an investigation and report back to him. That means official U.S. lawmakers are now watching Nigeria closely. He also said the U.S. stand ready, willing, and able to save Christians around the world. That sounds like a warning of possible U.S. intervention if Nigeria fails to act. For Tinubu government, this is not good news. It could affect military cooperation, trade deals, and Nigeria's international image. What this means for ordinary Nigerians: if the US impose sanctions, the Nigeria economy will feel it. Foreign investors may pull back, travel bans may hit top officials, but beyond politics, this could finally force the Nigerian government to act. For too long, leaders pretend that all is well. They use tribal loyalty to divide the people. But Trump's message is a global megaphone. He is saying the blood of innocent Christians cannot be ignored anymore. This could be the turning point. Why the world is now paying attention. For years, Nigeria voices crying for help were ignored. Even the United Nations kept quiet because Nigeria is an oil producer. But now America has spoken and the world listens. When America talks, soon European nations will follow. Human rights groups will demand action, and Nigeria may face the same issue as Sudan or Pakistan once faced. Trump's statement just pulled the curtain. The secret is out. Christian leaders must speak out. Here's another sad truth. Many church leaders in Nigeria have kept quiet. Some are afraid of government backlash. Some are too close to politicians. But now that Trump has spoken, silence is no longer an option. If a foreign president can stand up for Nigerian Christians, then pastors and bishops here must also raise their voice. Because silence in the face of evil is support for evil. This is the time to speak, pray, and act. The message to Tinubu: Tinubu cannot stay silent forever. The world has heard Trump's voice. Now they are waiting for Tinubu's reply. If he continues to ignore it, Nigeria will lose respect before the international community. And more importantly, the killings will continue. Trump has thrown down the challenge. Now it is up to our leaders to show if they stand for justice or for power. Why this declaration exposed the bigger agenda? Let's be real. This didn't start today. For years, there has been a quiet Fulani expansion agenda spreading across Nigeria, from Benue to Plateau, from Nasarawa to parts of the southeast. The pattern is the same. Displace the people, occupy the land, change the story. Now the world has begun to see it. Trump's declaration exposed the root of this silent war. The hypocrisy of government response. When terrorists attack churches, government calls them bandits. But when Christians defend themselves, DSS label them terrorists. That double standard is part of the reason Trump's word is so hard. He didn't sugarcoat it. He called it by its name: radical Islamists, slaughter. That is what Nigeria have been saying for years. But their leaders would rather arrest activists than stop killers. America's next move: if Nigeria ignores this warning, The next step may be sanctions. It may also affect the Nigerian military, which relies on American training and weapons. That is why this declaration is so serious. It is not just about religion. It is about human rights and global image. Washington will not risk being seen as silent while thousands die. The political storm ahead. Inside Nigeria, opposition parties will use Trump's statement as evidence that Tinubu's government is failing. Northern leaders may panic because it brings international focus on Fulani militants, and Southern Christians will feel encouraged someone powerful is speaking for them. This will shake the political space in the coming weeks. Why you must watch till the end? Because this is more than news. It is a moment of truth. Nigeria's image before the world is on the line, and the fight for religious freedom is now global. Trump has set the stage, but the real change must start from within. The last part of this video will show you what Nigerians must do next. What Nigerians must do now. We can't depend on foreign voice alone. Every Nigerian, Christian, Muslim, or traditionalist must speak against injustice. If we stay silent today, tomorrow nobody will be safe. Demand accountability from your leaders. Ask your governors what they are doing to protect lives. Ask your senators why they are quiet while people are being slaughtered. Trump has done his part. Now it is our turn. The bigger picture. Trump's declaration also exposed how Nigeria's elites use religions and ethnicity to divide the people. When the poor kill the poor, the rich stay in power. When the North-South fight, the corrupt enjoys peace. But once people unite to speak truth, the system shakes. That is why this declaration matters. It reminds us that the world is watching. Why this story matters to the world? Nigeria is Africa's biggest democracy. If it fails, the whole region will feel the impact. That is why the US care. That is why Europe will soon respond. And that is why Nigerians themselves must care. Because if we don't protect each other, nobody else will. A warning from history. Remember Rwanda? Before the genocide, the world ignored the warning sign. Today, Trump is sending an early warning. Nigeria is heading down that same path if nothing changes. Will our leaders listen, or will they wait until it is too late? The final message, Trump's declaration, is not just politics. It is a mirror showing Nigeria what the world now sees. A land of corruption, blood, and silence. But it doesn't have to end that way. If Nigeria stand together, if we demand justice, and if our leaders act with conscience, the story can change. If you believe Trump has told the truth, tap the like button right now. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Do you agree with Trump? And share this video so the world can see what is really happening in Nigeria. Because silence is no longer an option. And remember, truth is the only weapon.